Hello there. Today is this little thing's 7th anniversary today. And I think you all know what this is. That's right, this is the Nintendo Switch. This thing released on this day in 2017, March 3rd, 2017. And the overall console turned 7 years old at this point. Well, we're about 7 years into the Switch's life cycle. And this is my particular Switch that I got in 2019, in late 2019, in December, as a present from my brother. I still have this, both with its dock and such. Here's the console itself. So yeah, here it is. I'll power it on for you. Oh, it's out of battery. Great. Well, it does take USB-C charging. So this is the AC adapter for the Switch thing, which also plugs into the main console too. So I got it right here. It plugs into the bottom. USB-C port. You can use any type of USB-C port, obviously, like the other USB-C connector that I have over there, plugged into that extension cord. And this is the dock for the Switch. It has two USB 2 ports on this side and a power indicator. It's got this little spacing here for the AC cord to stick out from. Underneath this is a USB-C port under there for the docking station. And you open this up, it reveals a few more ports. We got USB-C AC adapter port, and we got one USB 3 port and an HDMI out port. And this is the controller grip for my Switch, obviously. This came with the console. And I also have another controller here too, with the gray Joy-Cons, as they're called. So these are the Joy-Cons. They can be separated and used as separate controllers, or just used as like just one singular controller and put it on the grip or on the actual console, obviously. Now this is on a third-party grip. It's a Power A Nintendo Switch Comfort grip. So this is a third-party grip. And I'm gonna be plugging this thing into the wall power. If I can find where. Okay, so I have it plugged in here. And let's take a look at what's in there. It's still attempting to charge for a bit because the battery's completely dead on this thing. And it needs a little while for it to charge. Either way, while this is charging, we're gonna take a look at what we have here. We have two Joy-Cons situated on either side. The top of the console features a power button, volume buttons, got a intake, a grill for the fan. We got a headphone jack right there, 3.5mm jack, and a game card slot. So that's the game card that's currently in. They're facing forward, so I'll take one of the cards here just for reference. So what I have here is Breath of the Wild, This is a launch title for the Switch, released simultaneously with the Switch in 2017. It also released for the Wii U, which also became the last first-party title released for the Wii U. This is what Switch game cards looked. So yeah, they're basically like mini cartridges. So the Switch was the first console, or a hybrid console as this thing is, to use game cartridges. You know, I mean, like, this is pretty much smaller than any other type of game cartridge, which I'll go ahead and show you one here. So take a Sega Genesis card, this is Sonic 2, and compare it to this. That is a considerable size difference. Obviously, this one uses like this one uses ROM boards on PCBs, whereas this one uses flash memory, obviously. And I'm gonna go over here and take a look at compare it to DS and 3DS cards. So I got one here. So this is a DS card, which is Pokemon Platinum, and comparing it to a Switch card, they're slightly smaller, you know, from the length and width. Depth wise, they're kind of similar, but you know, these are not compatible with the Switch because of this aforementioned size differences. I'll also compare this with 3DS cards too. I apologize for the what my background looks like. And here's a 3DS card, which is Smash Bros for the 3DS, aka Smash 4. And this is compared to, it's the same similar size dimensions. Yeah, and these game cards or cartridges, they're coated with some sort of like chemical of some sort. You know, it's that one bitter tasting coating on here, designed to prevent this being swallowed by young children, obviously, because these are pretty much smaller than other cartridges, and it may cause a choking hazard. So they put a coating on there, a bitter coating on there, to prevent this from being swallowed accidentally by young children. Though you've seen videos on there, people just tasting these cartridges and yeah. But these are the game cartridges as they look like. Oh, and by the way, this is what physical media for games look on the Switch. So this is Breath of the Wild again. So this is what keep cases look like. They're relatively small, smaller than keep cases for DVDs, obviously, as used by the PlayStation 2 and whatnot. And you open this up, your game card's in there, and this little slot here, probably for paper inlets and such, but not for a manual. Traditionally, a manual is situated on this left side here, but since most games nowadays don't have printed manuals, they're mostly stored on a game medium like this one. You know, you only have this little section right there, but yeah. Either way, looks like my Switch is charged up, so let's turn it on. So this is the home screen that you're seeing right here, and I can actually hold that down for hold the power button down for a few seconds, then it'll shut itself off. See? Like that. Then I can turn the console back on with one press. Turn the ISO down so that we can see Nintendo Switch, so we can see that on there. Console battery 2%, so Yeah, so this is the Switch's home screen. I can turn the volume up a bit. This one also has a touchscreen too, so we turn this on again and then we touch this. We tap this button, we touch this button 3 times, or we press it 3 times. So I'm going to touch 1, 2, 3. And so it brings up this home screen. It brings up this home screen pretty much. So this is the list of software that I have installed on this thing. Lots and lots of games I have on here. Obviously all these are downloaded via the eShop, which there's an icon down there for the eShop. Then we got your news section, which lists you all the news for each single game that you have, even ones about your system. An album. I got plenty of stuff, plenty of photos and videos taken on this thing, obviously. Controllers. So this is the controllers section, so that you can change grip order. You know, you can like reassign controllers. You can also find controllers or pair new ones. And under system settings, we got airplane mode, screen brightness, Bluetooth, screen lock, parental controls. Oh, update data successfully installed for that one game that we're gonna get into in a bit. Obviously, internet shows us what we connected to, which also has the IP address that I'm not going to show you, because yeah. Users, this is all the list of users that are on the system, including one that's not really necessarily an actual user which has actual playtime, but this is my account. And Mii's, yes, you can still create Mii's, obviously. They're located in the system settings instead of being like, you know, just a separate app like with the Wii and the Wii U with their Mii Channel, Mii Maker apps respectively. Also on the 3DS too with the Mii Maker. So we can create and edit Mii's here and see, take a look at what other things I have. So they're all pretty simplistic. Like they're not really overcomplicated, but hey, I like it that way. I think that's just kind of the nature of what these Mii's that I created. Okay, we can also do Amiibo, because this one also has an NFC reader for Amiibos. Themes, you just get basic white and basic black. Notifications, sleep mode, controllers, TVs, and system update. So we're currently on the latest system update, 17.0.1. And I also have the NSO option too, which I used to have a subscription for NSO. I don't have one at the moment, but I used to have one, obviously, for a short period of time. But yeah, I'll show you the list of games that I have for store, the physical games that I have for the Switch. So obviously the first one I'm going to start off with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, the first game ever released for the Switch back in 2017 when it launched. This was a launch title for the Switch, which also released on the Wii U. So this became the last first-party game released for the Wii U, and the first-party game released for the Switch. You know, one of my brothers played through this game. I think he completed it, but yeah. And I also got, alongside this, I also got Smash Ultimate, obviously, too. Also from my brother. So this is pretty much the successor to Smash 4, you know, Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS, and it contains all the fighters, you know, released from every single Smash game, from the first one to Smash 4, as well as introducing new ones from this. new ones in this and its DLCs. And this thing, I also got this with Super Mario Party. Like, I have the icon for it way down here. I just don't have the physical game for it anymore because, well, it was already kind of sold off. So, I mean, with that, we got other games for it. So, we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is a Mario Kart game for the Switch. This is basically like an updated version of the game originally released on the Wii U, because Mario Kart 8 was originally released for the Wii U. Inside this, we get a control guide, obviously, because these cases are translucent, so that we can actually see what's behind it. Play with your favorite control style. So we can actually see what type of different play styles with the wheel grip, like the Wii's wheel grip for Mario Kart Wii. Yeah, there's also the Pro controller too. So, I will show this too. Look at that, it's pointing to the cartridge. So every single fighter on that list, including new ones. And then I also got Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. It's a Crash Bandicoot game. We open on the inside, we just get this plain inlet on the inside, obviously, that just lists the limited warranty and customer care. Here's the game. Honestly, not really drop the cartridge. Not really played that much. I mean, not really by myself, but the one game that I played quite a lot on my Switch, believe it or not, is this. This is Minecraft for the Nintendo Switch. This is based on the Bedrock edition of Minecraft. So unlike the Java edition, which is on PC, this is pretty much playable and cross-platform pretty much. And you can see here, includes a Super Mario mashup and more pretty much, because this is for the Switch. And yeah, I played this game quite a lot. Inside we got a bunch of other things for limited warranty, 90-day returns and limitations on this side, some of the legal stuff in there. And then on the other side we just get the same thing that's featured on the front of the box. And I do have the game card for it. It's inside in this game card slot. So this is what the game card looks like. And this is the inside of it. So pretty much you insert your game card like this. So facing with the label towards you. So you insert that in. They click in and it pops up on the menu. So it's like DS and 3DS cards. They work similar that way, obviously. And talking about the Joy-Cons, these are the Joy-Cons, obviously. So this is what they are, separate from each other. So you got your two analog sticks, and these analog sticks are noticeably they're notorious for a so-called phenomenon called stick drifting, and these controllers are pretty much typically associated with it. Now these Joy-Cons, I have not experienced stick drift on them yet, because they still work fine and I haven't noticed any issues with it at the moment. But when I get a certain amount of use, maybe it'll come up, but who knows. I mean, and I press these things on there, so you can see they're trying to connect. When I press these shoulder buttons, you can see the green LEDs on there. It's trying to connect. They also have a little button on there to try to pair. It's also got the other buttons too. So we got A, B, X, Y on this side, and the home button and the plus button. And we got R and ZR triggers, and then we got a 4-button directional buttons. So instead of a D-pad, you got directional buttons, and the left analog stick, and then this little button for taking photos and such, and then the minus button and the L and ZL triggers. You flip them on one side, and they turn into like controllers with like just 4 buttons, analog stick, and the minus or plus button, and one photo button or home button. And on the top we get SL, SR on the left side. Well, they both had SL, SR buttons, shoulder buttons. There's a little piece that you can kind of like flip on there to increase the grip on this thing. Well, to make pressing these buttons more, a bit more comfortable, I guess. There's also these little latches there to help slide these out from the console. And I'll show you what this putting these things in is like. You slide these in to the console, you click them in, it comes up with that snap sound, obviously the signature snap sound, and you lift it up, and then it comes up with that sound too. Oh, I did not mean to do that. So do that, then you press this button to release it, and then that comes out. And this little animation here, it depends on which color Joy-Con is. So if it's gray, then it will be gray or white. But these are red Joy-Cons because this is a Mario special edition Switch that I got that came with red Joy-Cons. Now I'll snap in the other side too. Now the way how this works is that they have these, you can't really see it on there, but they have the little terminals on the bottom ends there, and they connect to the terminals, from that end too. And that already snaps in. Now there is I know there's like a little exploit that you can attempt by just using like a paper clip, and then just clipping it in to those 1 or 2 ends of the terminals there, and then you would go into what's known as the recovery mode, and then from there you would able to be do something with it to load things like Homebrew and such. Now that's only possible with older Switch units, like the launch ones. Newer Switch units like this one are not necessarily able to boot into that. But yeah, that's something just for the modders to know. But like, I should show you the serial number on that thing. But this is model number SHAC-001 with the the parentheses -01. So the ones without that -01 on there are the launch units and such, and are compatible with the homebrew method. Obviously this one is not. So it also has a kickstand here too. This can easily be breakable. So like, boom, if you put in too much force, then it'll pop out. It's easy to put it back on regardless, if you know how to get it back in, obviously. So of course Nintendo themselves recommend not to put it back on with some force, obviously. But this is not really this thing's not really that stable enough, obviously, because if you try doing it again with some force, then it'll break off like this. Again, it should go back on with no trouble at all if you pretty much know what you're doing. See? Now, this is kind of remedied with the OLED model with the Switch, where this kickstand is a lot bigger and wider and spans through this area. And I have an SD card in here. It's a 256 Samsung 256 gig Samsung S micro SD card. So I'll turn the console off and I'll show you this particular card I have on here. So this is the SD card I have in here on this system. It's a Evo Select 256 gig Samsung SD card. I think I originally had a 32 gig card in here, but I upgraded to 256. Oh, and it now says that the micro SD card has been removed. The console will now turn off. Yeah, it always happens like that. Same thing also happens with when you remove the game card, but that is kind of like a different, because since I removed the SD card, then it'll say yeah. You know, this is kind of different with how the 3DS works, because it also has an SD card. When you remove it, it'll say the same message, but it won't turn off. On this one, it does. But now that I just shown you the gist of it, I am going to play Minecraft on here just to show this thing kind of running here. So what we see here, we got a splash screen. That's what it looks like. Now obviously this is an updated version of the game, so this is what it looks like with all the updates in it. And I had so many creations on here that I have not shown to the public though. A circle-free environment. So yeah, this is Minecraft for the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, like I said, this is the Bedrock edition of Minecraft. So, like, if I had if I was playing this on a PS4, Xbox One, or a Windows 10 PC, you know, at least all my worlds and settings would kind of transfer over, you know, from the Switch or to the next, obviously, because you can actually sign in to your Microsoft account, which I have set up for this game, to be able to do that, obviously. So, I can hit play here and take a look at some of the worlds that I have on there. Some questionable, some not. Let's go to this one that I've been kind of like doing here, because I have so many other creations that I have not shown to the public. Now let it load here. Now this is the part where it shows you gameplay tips, but in recent updates it kind of like reduced that. You can still briefly see them, but yeah. So this is what I've been kind of working on. Just a simple basic stone house. Some cats and some dogs. And as for here, I got a breeding section. That's why I've created. It's nothing really fancy, obviously. It's just too simple, but it gets the job done for me. Of course, this is my inventory and such. So I'm playing on survival, obviously, on survival mode. So I'm kind of like doing crafting, whatnot, mining some coal, some iron and whatnot. Still kind of like progressing on this thing, but like I spend most of my time on creating and building stuff, obviously, on Minecraft. With all these other creations that I have. Now, there's so many in here. you know, we got servers, we have realms and cross-platform stuff. We'll take a look at them like in another video sometime, but like not now. But I also have the YouTube app, obviously, so we can launch that because they did release this applet for the Switch a little while ago. That's the startup sound for it. Now let's search for my channel, obviously, so that we can search for my videos. So this is my this is what my channel looks like on the Switch. So that's pretty much the whole viewpoint of my room that I used to be in. Let's take a look at this ourselves and watch the video that we just done recently on the Switch.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you guys a quick little update video here.
And this one also supports 1080p 60 FPS.
Hey guys,
Runs it pretty well on the Switch. 720p, I'll put it to 1080p. We can also put captions on here, the auto-generated captions.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you guys a quick little update video here on the 29th of February, which is actually a leap day 2024.
Yeah, it's still loading.
In other areas, it's already over. But anyways, what we have here is the monitor, keyboard, mouse, the whole setup right here for my Intel
This is loading. This is viewing it pretty well, obviously.
Intel processor. It's currently running Windows XP at the moment. Stand thing right there with the Kudo-chan.
Now I have already reformatted this computer, obviously. So I have reformatted all the partitions on this computer, obviously. Like reinstalled, like reformatted a few partitions that were kind of messed up, and then reinstalled everything on it. But yeah, oh, we can view the description there and such. Oh, I got one comment on that video recently. So you can like and dislike the video here. You can save it to your playlist and such. Got stats for nerds. We can change the speed, turn the captions on and off. We can even choose the caption style, and we can choose quality settings. And yeah, there's all these other videos, including the one that we just did recently.
Hey guys.
So this is the video that was recorded on that camcorder.
Filming this because.
And yeah. There's so many titles on the Switch that we can play, but obviously because of the nature of this video, I'm not going to go through all of them pretty much. Because not all of these games, they're pretty much on the eShop. Were downloaded from the eShop, but yeah, this is the game that I'm pretty much mostly played on, because I go to here and we can see my play activity. 715 hours on the Switch. That's where I spent the most time, obviously. But yeah. Oh, one more thing before I go. I have this dock here, obviously, and I'm gonna put the Switch up at the top here. So like so. This is how it would go on. And if you had if you have an AC adapter or an HDMI AC adapter and an HDMI port plugged into this thing, you can actually play this on your television, obviously. And you can also get more higher fidelity graphics than what would be on the handheld mode. So we flip this. So we kind of like put this on, and then we press the power button, and then that little indicator will turn green, obviously, and then we can play it on the TV there. But since I don't have an appropriate TV to plug this thing into, I really can't show it to you, unfortunately. But oh well. That pretty much sums it up for the overview of my Switch in anticipation of its of the Switch's 7th anniversary today, obviously. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see y'all in the next one. See ya.